It's very frustrating. It probably as bad as Fulham in the sense of creating chances, but as I spoke about then, not just chances, high quality chances. A generally good performance, certainly a big reaction from the Villa game. And we don't score a goal. And at the end of the day, it's our responsibility to score goals. And it's not just everyone talks about strikers. Of course, that's a big part of their role. But the team, we're creating chances and we can't quite find that goal. And once again, arguably, their keeper's man of the match. But we shouldn't be making their keeper's man of the match. We should be putting the chances in. And then no one talks about their keepers. But so strangely, a reverse kind of positive in some ways, but it's not a positive when you don't win a game. The first game of the season, we go, right, okay, created lots of chances. Learn from that, take it on. We've done it again today. And then you go, right, okay, that's the second time out of 3 games. One got away, weren't good enough in the middle game. But that game, we've played well. We should be winning that game, and we don't. So that's a big frustration. And I said to the players, I put responsibility on the defensive side of the game when we're not right, which I did against Villa, because we were miles off. Well, then I've got to ask questions about why we're not taking chances, because so many go missing there. So many really good chances today don't end up in the back of the net.
What concern is that for you, Sean?
We've spoken about concern and that word before. It's a reality. I've just seen it 2 out of 3 games. It's been there for a long while. I think everyone knows that. Correcting it, we're trying to, both in the group, we're trying to, with the players we've signed, we're trying to, if we can get others in. There seems to be that underlying thing that we've kind of still surprising me when people saying, why haven't we signed 2 strikers? I've tried to make it clear we haven't got pots of gold. So we are trying to construct deals. There might be things getting closer, but they're only maybes. You don't know until they're actually done. So, and then, to add it in as well, it's not helpful when we've got the injuries we've got. You look at Alex Iwobi, you look at Dwight McNeil, and obviously Dom trying to the ongoing thing to get him fit. They're high-performing players, in my opinion. So that's not helpful. That being said, a chance for the younger players today. I thought Lewis worked really hard today. Jared, like I say, he had a couple of weeks missing in pre-season. He's sort of catching up, but I thought he did well. Arnie's getting fitter and sharper. He found it tough towards the end, fatigue-wise, that can happen. And Youssef's come in and worked hard to experience his first taste of Premier League football. So all them things are good, but you still get nothing for it, and that's the most frustrating thing, and that's the most frustrating thing overall. Because at the end of the day, no one really cares about all this. They just want to win a game.
Any frustration over the Doucoure goal being rolled out with the
I haven't seen it back, so I'll wait and see how tight that is. But it's not just about that. We were in so many good positions today to score a goal, and we didn't.
Sean, you mentioned the players that are missing through injury. When they're back, are you confident that there are enough solutions in this squad to solve the goal short?
Well, we found solutions last year, but we found them, in the dying breaths of the last game of the season. The idea was to not be in that situation again. I think it's fair to say, I haven't got all of the history, but the theme before I got here was that kind of thing, and it was last season a lot of, conceding, not scoring enough goals and that sort of thing. So therefore there's a collective mentality towards that. It's not just about a striker. We've got very talented players here. So how many are going to stand up and take them chances? And as I said, if I'm going to question the unit on a defensive side and the team and their responsibility and their delivery of performance, then we've got to question it on the attacking side as well. And I have done to the players. I said, we have to take responsibility for how many chances we're creating and not scoring a goal. Because out of them 2 games, Fulham in this game, that is an abundance of chances at this level of the market, which is, we all know, it's very difficult to create so many gilt-edged chances and not take them.
What do you make of the performances of Danjuma and Dobbin coming into the starting lineup?
Yeah, I think I just covered that. But yeah, they've worked hard. Lewis is, he's only just finding his way. Arnie's just getting true fitness, but he's worked hard to try and affect it. Obviously, we know he's not an out-and-out striker. And then Jared's done well, as I said, during the week. He'd missed a couple of weeks. We're waiting for him to just get ready and be as close to being ready, because obviously that's the main thing that gets you really sharp, is playing out there. But I thought he delivered a decent performance.
And in the last 2 games, there's been 5 goals conceded. I wonder, there's a load of focus on what you need to do, apparently, in the forward areas. But do you believe there's work to be done? Would you like to see new signings made defensively to fill the Fulham out?
Well, if you've got the amount of money that it costs to do all of that, that would be really helpful. Before someone said I was being flippant in the week, I wasn't. I was just trying to be myself. But at the end of the day, all these things cost money. It's not. It seems to be that I have to point that out because I get so many questions about it. If we did have loads and loads and loads of money, I think it's fair to say we'd be changing all sorts because things haven't been right for a long time. What I'm trying to achieve is developing a group to almost rethink it, remodel it with the players that are here. And then if we can add to that, we will be doing. Players. I also get the question about players leaving last season. That's not rocket science either. We can't give everyone a contract because quite obviously we're having to cut our cloth accordingly. So maybe it wasn't obvious, but we're making it obvious. So we're trying to work in the market diligently. I mentioned that in the week. We're trying to construct deals, and they do have to be constructed because we can't just be in the situation to go, right, there you go, there's all the money that you want. That's clearly not the situation. But I remind you, there's some very good players here. We've shown it again with a very good performance here. But you've got to take responsibility of scoring goals.
Given what you say about cutting it cloth accordingly, would you rather see the focus, whatever resources are there, delivered towards strengthening the forward line as opposed to the defence?
Well, I think that's fair to say because that's been well documented for a long period.
Thanks, Paddy. We'll go to Sean.
Can you see if Beto comes with an easy to close at home?
We'll wait and see. Wait and see about all these names that keep getting banded. There's some that are real and there's some that are not.
Okay, folks.
Sorry? Not you. I'll probably get told off for making that joke as well, but they don't know me and you know each other. It's all right. Thanks,
Okay.
mate. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.